This is Fishing Planet, a free game. I think it's still free, from the PlayStation Store. And a lot of people are having problems getting around the maps and the controls and things like that. So they're all sort of identified. Up on the top, you've got L1 to move left. Excuse me, I just had some pizza. And R1 to move right. So we're doing R1 to go to the inventory. If you want to buy stuff, events, I never pay any attention to that. Missions, don't do the missions. They only cost you money. They're not worth doing. Buy premium, forget that. And there's my northern pike, channel catfish, smallmouth buffalo, the weirdest looking fish, largemouth bass, spotted bass, black bullhead, and so on. And then you've got the settings and different things like that. Okay, so if we go back to the map, those are all the places you can go to. And I'm now using my right stick to go to map to map to map. Now, as you go on, I'm on level 15. I got 15 coins, and I have 58,753 credits. As you go on, more of these things will open. This is the one you start at, Lone Star Lake. And the only thing you have to buy here is a license. And I have the unlimited license, and you pay coins for that. And the coins, you don't want to use up all your coins. I used it here because it's the only way to buy the unlimited. If you don't buy the unlimited, you can't keep the fish that make you all the money. So I spend all my time here, so it's a good thing to get, and I think it's 1 or 2 coins, I'm not sure. Alright, so right stick is moving around here, and every time you move to a new location, on the left hand side you can check out what species there are. Now you're going up and down with the directional buttons. If I want to see what the fish species are, I move the left stick to the right, and then I do it to the right once more, and that highlights the fish that you can catch in this location. So that's the left stick I'm using. There's a blunt-nosed minnow, wow, and a bowfin. I've seen them near Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Chain pickerel, channel catfish, and sometimes you can young channel catfish. All right. Common shiner, freshwater drum, pickerel, all these guys. Okay, so now I don't want to see that anymore, so I'm going to move the left stick to the left. Licenses, I have all the licenses. Actually, no, I'm on another lake, so I don't have the licenses. I don't know that I want to buy that. Let's see how much they are. Oop, maybe I just bought a license. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. When you move to another location, okay, when you highlight another location, if you see on the lower left there, you've got travel costs. It's $500 a day. It's $850 to get there, so it's $23.50 just to go fish there. I'm not going to do that. That one's even more, $3,300. Now some of these, like the Everglades, and there's another one up here, I think up in Alaska, that's $10,000. Now you're going to catch bigger fish, and you're going to make more money there, but you got to figure how much money you're going to make as opposed to what you're spending. Here, Lone Star Lake, no money changes hands. Now, let's go to the inventory. Now, this is a little bit confusing. R1, L1, as I said before. Now we have to, because this rod holder can only carry 2 rods. I only have 2 rods. Imagine that. If you go over to the second rod, that's what I call a float or bobber rod. This is a casting rod. You can cast with this one too, but you need the right reel and the right weight of float or bobber and so on. This is your typical casting reel. Now to navigate around here, this is your left stick. That's the lure that's on it, that's the reel, that's the line. This is a fish catcher. It's one up from the basic one. That is some kind of a, thing that carries stuff around your waist, and that's the rod carrier. And we move, but we're using the directional buttons to the second rod. And same, the other equipment's all the same, and you have to build these up. You see, each time you get a rod, you have to put line on it, you have to put a reel on it, you have to put a bobber or a hook and a bait. Now if you move just to the right, you'll see like a filing cabinet in the middle. That's everything that's in your backpack. Break it down into, these are the rods and reels. We don't have any because they're all being used. This is the lines that we can use. This is the hook number 4, which is already in use. This is the bait. Now we've got semolina balls. We're trying to catch carp, or I forget exactly where, the buffalo fish. Now if we want to change that, we're going to use the left stick. We're going to highlight the semolina balls, and we're going to go unequip. See in the bottom it says unequip, X, unequip. Now using the right stick, we're going to go to crickets. We're going to press that because it says equip down on the lower left. And you can tell the green, see the green 2 and the green 1? That means you're all set up to fish. If they're red, it means you're missing something. And if we go here, for instance, and we get rid of the bobber, we'll go unequip. See how it turned red? So we're going to go up to a bobber, somewhere down here. Where the hell is it? Unequip. I didn't move it. It's still got to be there. See, this is the problem that people run into, like me. Well, I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Oh, maybe we have to put a... let's put that on. Oh, tackle must be equipped. Oh, we don't have a hook. That's why. Let's put a hook number 4 on. So it's equipped. Now I think we can get a bobber. Or a float. I hope we can. Oh, this is not very good. It's an instructional video and I can't tell you how to get the bobber there. I call them bobbers, you call them floats. I don't know where it went. So what we'll do is go to R2, which is the right trigger. We're going to go to bobbers, and we're going to put the chubby bobber on it. And we can either move that into the backpack with the square button, so we have it as a spare, or we can equip it with the X button, and that's what we're going to do now. Oh, I see. Backpack is full. What do we have to take out? We have to take out something. We'll take out that. We'll go square button, move that over. Square button, move that over. We're going to get rid of all these. We don't need all this stuff. But I'm hitting the square button every time. Now all of that stuff is going into home. And I don't use that at all, so I'm going to get rid of that. I use all those. Okay, so where did my... Oh, there they are. No, they're not there. Okay, so we're going to go to home with the right trigger. And we're going to go to Where the hell are the bobbers? This is a pain in the ass. I'm on the wrong rod, that's why. Oh, what a doofus. There we go. Chubby. So we're going to go equip that. So you can go right from home to equip. And we still have a red number 2 up there. Because we need bait. Now if we go to backpack, how much bait we got? Alright, semolina. So that's it. So now we're green. Okay, so that's all we're going to do here. Now we're going to go travel because we're going to go to Lone Star Lake and travel. And we press the square button. And it takes a while to fly there and all that kind of stuff. You get little tips down here. Size of your lure doesn't always dictate the size of the bass you catch. It ain't the meat, it's the motion. That was a joke. Rather slow airplane. Alright, this is the famous Lone Star fishing spot. Again, use the directional buttons to figure out where you're going, what to do. Now the thing about that particular map, this one here, it shows you when the fish are biting, and it looks like they're biting about between 5 and 7, let's say 6 p.m. Fish species, and this is rooms. So we're going to go, we don't want to go into a random room. Although it's no problem. You know, there's lots of other people there. Sometimes you can get tips from other people too. So random room, directional button down, and then we're going to use the directional button to the right, and then we're going to go new friends only room. We don't have to do anything else at this point. And then we press the square button, and we're going to go fishing. And that's it. You can't see a rod because we're not near the water. Nice places, but you can't walk up there. I have the best luck here on this old wooden dock, and you press down on the left stick to sort of run a little bit. And it always starts off at 5 o'clock in the morning, and there your rod appears into view. We don't want to use that rod. We want to use the casting rod. So we're going to go left. What's that? Our L1. We're going to move the toggle a little bit to the right, and we're going to get the spinning reel. We got lots of line on that. We've got the gold casting spoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to press the left trigger. Let's see where the fish. Oh, there's the fish. The one just jumped there. And we're going to put left trigger, hold it, and move around with your right toggle. Get it to right there in that one spot where they are. Move it out a bit, let's say. If you're over there and it's red, it means you're on the far shore. Now let's do it over here. Okay, so then you take your left trigger off and you press the right trigger once. Press it again. And once you're right in the middle there, that's it. And you're hopefully going to catch a fish. Now I'm using the directional button to increase the speed at which the line comes in. It's a little bit faster, a little bit faster. I like to leave it there. And that's the up and down directional button. The right directional button, and I caught a fish. The right directional button increases the drag. And you want drag on it, otherwise the fish is just going to run away on you. So you're going to bring it in. Sometimes they really fight. This doesn't really fight a lot. Oh, about 1 and a bit pounds, 89 bucks, and press 0 to keep it. And then on the top left, you've got your fish that just got. This fish catcher holds 15.5 pounds roughly of fish. What that means, max 6.614 pounds. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's the biggest fish you can put in there. I don't know. What you're going to find is these spoons that I'm using. Oh, you see, I didn't get my cast right. I'm going to put it in the same spot. and I'm going to hit it now. And then you just reel it in. And I'm reeling it in with the right trigger. If I get a bite, I'm going to hit the left trigger. There. Oh, I got a bite. All right. The left trigger sets the hook. The right trigger, that's L2 and R2. The right trigger reels it in. So that would be R2 reeling it in, and L2 lifts it up. I've got a reasonable amount of drag on that. And there's my fish. That's an even bigger one. 105 buckles for that. Now, if we said, okay, so it said 6 o'clock was the best time. So I'm going to press the square button. We already know what time it's going to be good at. And I'm going to press it to 6 o'clock, right? Then I'm going to hit X to forward the time to that time. And there goes the clock here. Oh, it's nice and bright and sunny. Now this is where the time that the fish are really biting. So let's see what we get. Although with a spoon and this lake, it doesn't really seem to matter. You can catch fish just about any time. Now on the lower right corner, that thing with the three, it's got the reel, the rod, and the line. If you see a little bit of blue on the bottom, hook, go like that. With the left, that would be L2. And that sets the hook. Ooh, he jumped. This might be a pickerel. No, it's a spotted bass, I think. Could be a good size one. Yeah, 1.5 pounds. Not bad. 115 buckles. And let's go over here where the fish. You always want to go where the fish are jumping. I mean, it's a game and stuff, but you do the same thing in real life. You see a fish jump and you throw your hook out at it. And see on the top right, that little red and white fish going up and down? That's where your lure is. Depending on the time of day and what kind of lure you're using, you want to keep it at the top, you want to keep it at the bottom, you want to keep it in the middle, and so on. Okay, so this is a fighter. Now he's taking the line out, you see, so I'm going to increase the drag a bit. Now that's about as far as you want the drag to go. You don't want the drag going into the red zone. So keep the tension on him. When that drops, see there, now reel it in. So I release the right trigger. There, now I pull the right trigger. Keep the tension on. That'll get him in faster. You'll learn how to do that. Pressing the left and right trigger and all of that. 1.5 again. All right. So if you keep the fish with a 0, that's how you're going to make the money. Now I'm going to press options because I'm going to stop this broadcast. I'm going to press the option button. That takes you back to the map, and you'll see up there it says leave, so you press the 0 button. This is where the money comes in. Yes, we want to leave. There, 425 credits and 56 experience. We're going to close that, and then we're going to fly back to our home, let's say. And it just adds up again. And if you have any equipment that you want to fix, this is where you do it, but we don't, so we're not going to worry about it. And that, my friends, is it. That's a little tutorial on how to use Fishing Planet. Our forum is about racing sims mostly, but because racing sims are kind of dead right now, GTWorld.ca is about fishing, and it's about Grand Theft Auto, so come and join us.